Sentry turret detected in your AO. Losing Bravo.
Beetle escort on standby.
Losing B.
Care package on standby.
Nice.
Day is ours. everyone. Thanks for watching today's episode. We're looking at the DMR 14, and I'm going to show you my gunsmith layout for this particular weapon. So, as far as the optics, I went with the Hangman RF. The 6x magnification is just the perfect balance, I felt. Works really well on maps like Satellite, for instance. Yeah, it doesn't have the distortion-free sight, but with the 6x magnification, you're going to be able to see the targets pretty clear anyway. There was plenty of times in which I was just able to go from left to right and, you know, pick off people from far distances, and then of course as they respawned in the area, not necessarily, you know, spawn camping or anything like that, but it's just, you know, picking off targets from a great distance. I did test this out quite a bit and had quite a few clips, of course, with the Axial Arms 3X. This actually was pretty good combined with the reticle that it comes with, which is a crosshair with the green lines that you see in some of those clips. So out of all the ones I tested, and you know, again, I did test out the Silix Hollow Scout and some of these other ones. I think also the Royal Cross, but the Hangman RF just really stood out on this particular weapon. So if you want a really nice semi-automatic, to a sense, I guess you would say, sniper rifle, this is definitely the way to go. Absolutely great weapon to use on Mall at the Pines, for instance. There's a few areas that you can get into on Crossroads Strike. Great, of course, on Armada. Just any map really that has medium to long range, you're really gonna enjoy using this. And then the reticle that comes with, it's just the right size and shape. So that's that as far as my optics. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I got for the muzzle. I went with the Agency silencer, mainly for the 100% muzzle flash concealment and the plus 15% vertical recoil control. You really need to have some vertical recoil control on this, otherwise there's just too much kick, from what I've noticed. And then, as far as the barrel, I went with the 20.8 inch Task Force. It says it's a nitride, I'm saying that right, line barrel, to improve bullet speed, range, damage. But the nice thing mainly about it is you're getting the plus 24% damage, plus 100% effective damage range, and plus 50% bullet velocity. You gotta have something to make up for the lack of damage when you put a suppressor on it. Some people have the attitude, well, you're not going to notice it too much, you know, in hardcore mode. And for the most part, that's right. But when you get out into the greater distances, you need more damage. And if you don't have it, you'll notice it for yourself. So I felt as though this was a great balance. I wasn't sacrificing any ADS, if you look at the cons. Yeah, you know, the vertical recoil control minus 20% and 15%, but you're going to make up for it anyway on some of these other categories. I'm going to show you some of those as well. As far as the body, I went with the SOF target designator, plus 60% reveal distance ADS. You really need that. Yeah, you get the 6x magnification on your optics, but if you don't go with this, from my experience, for instance, on a map like Satellite, what will happen is the targets will get too blurry because you don't have the distortion free lens. So you compensate with that by doing this particular layout with the plus 60% reveal ADS. Alright, so moving along, the underbarrel, I went with the Field Agent forward grip. Again, like I was mentioning before, to make up for the plus, or sorry, you know, the cons on the other category of vertical recoil control and horizontal. Now you're making up for it. You're getting plus 10% vertical recoil control. You're getting plus 40% horizontal recoil control. So just felt as though that was a pretty good balance. And as far as the cons, again, you're not sacrificing ADS, and you know, minus 16% shooting move speed. It wasn't the end of the world. Alright, and then moving along to the magazine, I just went with the 30 round magazine, mainly because if you look at some of these other categories, you know, like for instance it says 20% reload quickness. Well, you know, I got enough rounds in it to begin with. I mean, come on, 30 rounds. Do we really need to have a perk, if you will, a jungle style mag in which I have a plus 20% reload quickness? Not really if I got 30 rounds. I mean, what's the whole point of sacrificing, you know, some of this other stuff? There really isn't. And as far as, you know, some of these other ones, yeah, this sounds, you know, nice, 30 round speed mag, but again, you're sacrificing on the cons. Look at that, minus 20% ADS. You don't want that, especially sniping. You want to be able to hit right click, you want to be able to bring up your sights real quick, take out the targets, and you know, when you eventually get to the part where you gotta reload and throw a mag in, you don't want to be punished by a lack of ADS. You never want that. Alright, and then this, again, some of these other ones, like, you know, look at this one, minus 50% ADS time. This one, minus 6% ADS time. This one, a huge one, minus 25% ADS time. I mean, in my opinion, well, you know, it's my style of play, but I would assume that a lot of you guys feel the same way as far as sniping. You don't want to sacrifice your ADS ever. So if you don't want to sacrifice your ADS ever, just go with the top one, the 30 round magazine, and you know, it's more than enough ammo. I mean, if you think about it, most of the time if you're playing hardcore, if you're doing domination, team deathmatch, and so on, you're doing a 6v6 anyway. So I mean, you know, if you're lucky enough to go through killing 30 guys without reloading, I mean, wow, you might want to enter some kind of pro league or something. So yeah, in reality is you're probably going to get killed eventually. So you really want to sacrifice a speed mag to get rid of, to diminish, I should say, your ADS? No, you don't want to do that. Alright, so enough of that category. It almost seems as though on every weapon, I don't care if it's this or bullfrog, or some other assault rifle, yeah, it takes a while to get to it, right? Like I got max weapon level, but the one you want to go with every single time, I cannot stress this enough, is the airborne elastic wrap. You get plus 30% aim down sight time, you get that plus 90% flinch resistance, hell, and if you want to, you can use aim while going prone, which, I mean, I don't do that a lot, but a good tip that I noticed is this. I noticed that my opponents that I've been going up against have been throwing smoke down, like for instance, I don't know if it's a B site, I think it's B site. Anyway, at Mall at the Pines, for instance, where that fountain is, you know, the enemy will throw down a smoke, and naturally you're trying to like shoot, right? I guess you could say hip fire, or it's just a natural reaction to just try to shoot level through that. What I've consistently noticed is that the opponent will throw down the smoke, they'll see that you're trying to shoot blind fire, if you will, through the smoke, you're missing the opponent, obviously, and what they're doing is they're prone, so of course they're going to hit you, shoot your feet, or whatever. I've seen that a lot. So, yeah, it's just a good strategy. But anyway, what I was going to mention is, yeah, the airborne elastic wrap, you know, plus 30% ADS. I mean, look at this one. This one was actually pretty decent. I mean, you're going to get this, of course, before you get the airborne elastic wrap. So, of course, you're going to go with that for a little bit. But, yeah, the plus 25% on that until you unlock this, it is really good. But as soon as you unlock this, it's by far the best one. Because it makes a huge difference when you right-click and just be able to, you know, get quick ADS. So, if you see some of my other videos, you know I'm a big fan of ADS. I just think it's the way to go. Mainly for hardcore. I mean, for search and destroy, one could make the case that you need more damage, but you know, to each his own. And as far as the stock, I went with the Raider stock. You get plus 30% sprint to fire time, and plus 40% aim walking movement speed. Yeah, you lose minus 30% hip fire accuracy, but in reality, if you're getting this close with this particular gun, that's semi-automatic, man, I would say 8 times out of 10, you're probably going to lose anyway. If the guy's got, you know, like a MAC-10 or a shotgun or anything that's, you know, a fast-firing machine gun, you're probably not going to win. So, but if you compare the Raider stock, for instance, to some of these other categories, it just has the best all-around for the sprint to fire time. And, you know, yeah, I put a lot of emphasis on, you know, ADS because that's just my style of play, and for a lot of you guys, that's probably your style of play as well. But getting the extra 40% aim, walking, movement speed, you know, it does help with the balance of like zooming in and so on, going back and forth. But another thing I did like about it was the plus 30% sprint to fire time. I mean, you know, if you're a running gun player like myself, and not like a guy who just sits there and camps all day, you do want the plus 30% sprint to fire time. You know, that helps you to be able to quickly get the round off right after sprinting. Nobody wants to sit there and, you know, wait for their sight to come up. And then think about it, like if that takes like 1 to 3 seconds right after sprinting, you're going to die because it just takes too long to, you know, bring that up and then aim in and shoot the guy. And, you know, if the guy has, Gung Ho perk combined with another perk, you know, especially SMG, I mean, those two things combined, I mean, he's just going to mow you down real quick, so. Alright, so that's it as far as the gunsmith goes. I know on the appearance I just had a plain old black one. I just kind of wanted to go old school and just make it black. I do want to get the the Ultra. That's going to take some time. But yeah, that's it for the most part with the DMR 14. Absolutely great gun for just, you know, having fun. It got really great balance. I actually picked this up off of a person on Garrison. I'm sure you saw one of the clips. I think I get like maybe 4 to 6 kills. I picked up his DMR 14. I think it was the white one with the laser sight. And I noticed it had like the perfect balance. But I also did notice that after I got to playing it more often, I just decided to myself, you know, it's nice, it has great balance, but, you know, kind of want to mix it up a bit with some other weapons. Like the one I'm focusing on right now is the, was it the LW3 Tundra, if you will. So, you know, maybe because it's bolt. Everybody likes a bolt. But anyway, that's about it. Thanks again for watching today's episode, and we'll see you on the next one. Over and out.